Hey there, welcome to Connie Willis Live. How are you? This is our part 3 of a 3-part series. And tonight it's all about Q&A, so you guys get to ask the questions. Myself, along with Jim Penniston, is here tonight. And we had been talking about doing a show like this. We did a show similar. It was a paid membership. It was an actual live show up at it, and you can talk with Jim as much as you wanted, or me as much as you wanted. And so anyway, we're trying it over here on YouTube to check it out and do some really good things over here. We know that even though we just know this might be a better format for everybody. We might still do some specials like we normally do, but we thought we'd come over here, and that's where we're at. And this is the 3 of 3 shows that go together here. It's all on disclosure. The first one was a disclosure from the experiencer's point of view, and that was Friday night. That was me alone. And then Monday night, last night, it was myself and Jim Penniston. I'll bring him up here. And we talked about the perspective, disclosure in the perspective of if you're a witness. And then tonight is Q&A, so you guys can ask whatever you want. If you've been listening to any of them, you know our thoughts already, but any other questions you might have, great. And then those of you that are new, definitely make sure you see part 1 and part 2. And we ask for everybody to subscribe. We ask for you to share this with other people too, so that we can do more and more and more of these. So if you want them, then we'll definitely do that. Jim Daddy is his name. It's Jim Penniston. You know him from the Rendlesham Incident, UFO Incident. And he was the guy back in 1980 that was on LSD, and he said he saw a UFO and touched it. Oops, I was not supposed to say that. I lost the bet. You were right. It was going to come out. How many times have people accused you of that? I know naysayer people would, because they're always like, "Yeah, you must be high."
I tell you what, I was speaking at a junior high school a number of years back, maybe in late 90s, and well, my niece was like the principal of the school. She asked me to come be a guest speaker. I was in uniform too. It was really.
Your niece was the principal? I mean, man,
Yeah.
that's a small gap of age at that point, I would think.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Okay.
anyway, it was the auditorium was full, and I mean, I go through my whole thing about Rendlesham and blah blah blah, and I'm doing Q&A, and this one kid. There's always a kid. There's always a kid.
Always
He
one.
he raised his hand, and he goes, I go, yes. I call him, and he goes, yeah. He says, have you always smoked dope in the Air Force? And I just sort of going to say, I was like, well, we don't do that in the Air Force. I mean, and all of a sudden, like teachers from all over the place run in, grab this little kid. He might have been like 11 or 12, I don't know, 12 years old or something. And he grabbed him, and off he goes. And I was like, oh, well, they shouldn't have done that.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, they didn't take it that way. And I says, so I went into the whole thing about, drugs is bad. If you go in the military,
Drugs is bad.
Yeah, all that. So that was my first episode with someone actually saying that. And the funny part is, I talked to my niece, years later about it. She said, "Oh, you remember this? We're at a Christmas party or something." And she goes, "You remember? Oh, yeah, that one kid. Oh, he went on to college. He's doing good." And I said, well, great. I said, great. I'm glad to see
He owns a bunch of marijuana farms. He's doing great.
I think
he's a billionaire already.
Yeah, he lives in Denver, Colorado, I made that up. Okay, that part's not true.
He's in the gummy business, and it's pot.
He has a store.
It's dope. Yeah. He doesn't ever have to work again a day in his life, but he needs something else to do. He was asking about you, by the way. Oh man, that's funny. What do you say? He said, "How long have you been on dope?" That's
you're using drugs or whatever, something like that. And I was like, Oh, that's different. I'm thinking that's a different question. I mean, he, and you know what? I and the thing was, I was in full uniform. Not well, not full uniform. You know, light blue shirt, pants, you know, that kind of thing. And I I said, well, that's okay. Don't worry about it. And I went on to another question. I was good. That was my first go on to the other question.
Yeah, right.
But
That's when you learn that.
I felt so bad. The poor little kid got like manhandled by these teachers and drug out of there. I was like, that's not good, you know.
And he's like, he'll be this big scientist, maybe as well one day, where he's like, "Look, man, I asked him the right questions. In our science class, you would tell me to ask something like that. You know, you would think he
Yeah,
must be on."
there's always that kid that wants to have fun while he's doing it and say something there where he's the center of attention. He did all that. He was successful. Yeah.
Okay, so he knew he was joking. It wasn't like he was totally serious. Like,
No.
what drug are you on? Because
No,
maybe I want that. I want to see this myself.
no, my niece told me, she says, "He's such a practical joker. We should have known
Oh,
better." I went, "It didn't bother me. It really didn't,"
that's
you know,
funny.
so
No,
mm.
no, I won't go there. I was going to do another joke there, but I won't go that far. We'll go ahead and start Connie Willis Live. So we talked about, so Friday we missed you, but we got you last night, and we were talking about disclosure. That's the thing everybody's talking about. But with Jim and I, it's very quick to the point. It takes about 30 seconds to tell you our thoughts on that. And really, there's nowhere else to go with that. Everybody else that is talking like crazy for days and weeks and hours and months and years, they've never seen anything. They're not an experiencer, because once you're an abductee, once you've been taken, you'll get it and you'll go, who
Yeah.
cares about the government in the first place? That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. So Jim, you tell people what I know you and I both think of disclosure.
That the disclosure won't come from anybody in the government or anything like that. If the only way this full disclosure would happen is probably most likely from them, the entities.
I don't say probably most likely. I say that's who it will be. When did you
Yeah.
add probably and most likely? Don't be safe. Tell it like it is.
Well,
You're good. You're on this show now. You're on
that's
this
the
show
way
now.
that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel too. You know, but
Which is
ab-
what?
uh, that it'll come from them, the entities, the
Okay.
intelligence.
Not
Yeah.
probably, not most likely. You're saying,
Connie, this is not Coast to Coast AM. Oh my! No, I wormed out on you. I think one time on
oh,
Coast.
yes, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
no, that was not
Yeah,
cool, man.
I
That wasn't
know.
cool.
I got so many calls and emails over that. And I went, oh yeah, I felt worse every time. Yeah, I was trying to avoid the question. I didn't want to
Yeah.
talk about.
Okay, so we'll just tell this real quick. Okay, so
Oh
So
no!
Jim was he was
Oh
on Coast with me the last time I was on Coast. So again, hi, Connie Willis of Coast to Coast AM. I'm not sure if I said that, and a whole bunch of other shows and things like that here. But in the Jim Penniston here of the Rendlesham Incident, UFO Incident. Okay, so not UAP, UFO. Not UAP, UFO. Okay, we're a stickler for that too. So he was talking about when he's touching the craft back in 1980. He's touching it, manhandling it, looking up, down, all over it. Just, I won't tell that joke. I'll keep it straight here
you're not
because I
gonna
could
tell
really.
it.
You were like waiting for it too, man. I could tell.
Yeah, yeah. Since when? Since when are you going to be like that? No, Connie has
I
the
know.
greatest sense of humor, but you really got to listen sometimes. It'll fly right by you and go, wait a minute. Oh, I get that. Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
when people finally get in. Sometimes it takes a little bit, and then you'll hear
Yeah.
laughter or you'll see a smile or something like that. So you're touching everything, and then basically you had 45 minutes of missing time. You got regressed, and I was asking you because you were going to come out like I came out about it being abductee. You were going to come out about this
I wanted to.
regression.
I wanted to.
So
I
I
did.
asked him, okay, you were regressed? Yeah. uh, I think the question was, do you remember anything from it?
Yeah,
It was
that was
something like that.
no,
Which
that was the question.
was
That
that the
was
question?
it.
Because I would know this answer. Maybe that, maybe that's why I asked you. But
Yeah.
I said, uh, do you remember it? And you went, no.
I know.
And I went, well, because we were going to go into a whole bunch of this information, right, for the first
Yeah.
time about this regression. So it was kind of like, you just stopped it. You put on the brakes, man. And I'm going, and I said, I think I repeated it. You don't remember it? No. Well, don't ever go to another. I was like, don't ever go to a hypnotist that you don't remember anything that you did. There's something wrong there. I was just talking about the hypnotist. I didn't really realize that you just totally turned on me at the time. I just know I got a big stop. I got an
Turned on you. Oh
alto.
my god. No,
Yeah.
I don't think it wasn't about you though. It wasn't.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I know it wasn't. It was you. You said no. I was like, okay. Well,
I wasn't
we'll come
ready
back
yet.
next
I
hour.
was no, it just wasn't ready yet,
Yeah, but that's what you should say though, is you're not ready yet.
Oh
But I
yeah,
know you didn't
I
think
know.
that, but I know. Only because people are gonna go, "Yeah, that Jim Daddy Penniston dude, he's an idiot, man."
Yeah.
This is what it's the naysayers, right? They're the ones that are gonna say, "Well, this is what he said on Coast to Coast on this date at this time. And this is what he said over here. So what's the truth, James?" That kind of thing. You know that.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
true.
Mhm.
That's what they look for. And it was like, oh, I literally heard, that was bad.
It was
I know
bad.
I know, like, Gary called you up really quick while we were still on the air, and he's going, that's Gary's his, co-author, not co-author, right? Assistant? What?
No,
Co-author?
he's a co-author. He's a
Okay,
author,
co-author.
yeah.
He should be knowing that you're on here so he could come up. He called you immediately, right? We're still on the air. We're in the break, and he asked you, "What are you doing? Why'd you say that?" I don't know. That was your answer. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
And it's still, I don't know. That's cool. That's all right. So anyway, I'll
Mhm.
never have him back on again. I can tell you that. He'll never be on Coast again. Not after that. No, I'm just kidding. That was funny. That's funny. But why were we talking about that? We were just
We
talking disclosure. It's going to happen by the ET.
yes, that's what I do believe.
Okay.
And, there was something else I gotta stay off the internet because that is probably the most hang on a second. Misinformation and disinformation, it's both.
We
Thanks
got
for
that qualified last night.
yeah, that's right, but this one here is both. There's some people who just don't know, I mean, they're saying stuff,
Yeah.
but then there's people actually trying to change it, and they know it's not true, so
And some people, they're not trying to change it. They're just trying to make money from it. So they make it their own thing. They're not like, they don't care if it changes anything in the world or not. They just want it to bring them lots of change, right? You know what I'm saying?
well, yeah, it's obvious they don't care about the actual experiencer or the, person that's had contact, or they
Right.
don't care about any of those people.
That's right. So you and I are both experiencers. We're also witnesses. And anybody that's an experiencer is a witness. And anytime we tell what we've seen, regressed, or we remember it, or there's something that we're picking up from it, because if they erase it well enough, you won't even recognize that anything happened. But sometimes they just miss it, and sometimes they miss a little more. I
Yeah.
always say it's the little disgruntled aliens. They don't like that they're not getting enough pay. and so they're like, all right, this is all you're going to get. Or maybe they're on a budget. So here's the only spell you're going to get. It's all I got left here. I'll just shake it on you. It's not enough, but you'll remember it and nobody will believe you anyway. It doesn't matter. Uh, So anytime we say anything, it's disclosure, like you had mentioned.
From a firsthand accounting. Yeah.
That's right. Can't get any better. That's for there's witnesses that are dealing with the experience, and then there's some witnesses that just see it from afar.
Right.
They're not
Exactly.
dealing with it or feeling it or getting anything like that. You and I on our last Creepy Hotspot. So by the way, I do a show. It's called it's my latest project. It's called Creepy Hotspots, and we go up into the mountains. Hey, we've been doing this like 5-6 years, maybe more. So we've done Stanley Hotel, we've done Hell's Gates Hell, whatever. We've done a lot of stuff, but I really love going up to the Rockies here and in special areas and there's a relationship. I've been going up there enough that there's a relationship to where they come and say hi. They might even just say hi and take off. But we're up there for 4 days and 3 nights live virtually in a truck camper RV. And we are broadcasting live throughout it, but we're also enjoying it too, because you got to do what you got to do to get their attention and bring them in so we can have some fun together. It is a paid show. Please go. If you go, you'll go again. It's a lot of fun, and sign up for it. And when you're like, oh, I got to pay for it. Yeah, because you're not going up to this special area in the Rockies. You don't know where it is. I hope not. I try to keep it secret. Somebody gave it to me, so I try to keep it as quiet as possible. I make people sign paperwork that they don't tell. We got the gear, we got the food, we got it all happening. We're broadcasting live. I got all the platforms ready. Got to rent that RV, got to get the gas, got to get the firewood, all the other stuff that we got to do. Insurance, blah 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 blah. Thank goodness Jim Daddy has that for everybody. Yay! Anyway, saved us a little bit there, but that's what it is. It's really like 11 days because it starts at the beginning in the studio and we talk about what we're about to do. Then we go do it. And then at the end, we recap and talk about it. So it's a 11-day thing. And if you go in there now, you can save $100. And what you basically do is go to ConnieWillis.com and click on Creepy Hotspots. Somewhere in that page, you'll see it. It's going to be there. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter too. And then check it out and sign up for it before I actually have limited seats. So grab one beforehand, especially if you can get it cheaper. So, yeah, I got my dentist. My dentist is going. He's all excited. He's like, this is awesome. I can't wait. That's pretty cool. And we got some other special people that are in the live chat. But everybody that's in the live chat, and Jim, now because you've been on one of them, we got myself, Jim, Walter going on this next one on the 10th. It starts on the 10th. Don't wait. Everybody waits till the last second. I don't know why. Why is that? Don't you want to keep your spot? But, then people get on me. I'm like, I don't know. I told you for like ages, But anyway, we went there. You went this last time. Is it totally worth it or not to go?
It's totally worth it.
And this is the man from Rendlesham, 1980, that he's known all over the world. And he did something cool, touched everything and got the Penniston code, the binary code, all that really great stuff. Proud of you, man. He is known as the Messiah to some people. I met one of your fans. He thought you were you were like Moses and the Messiah. And seriously, people think that. So anyway, Jesus himself is here with us tonight, everybody.
Oh my God.
But you like the creepy hotspots too. You thought it was worth it.
I do. It's, and I think the way that people should look at it, divide those 10 days, whatever the amount is, I don't know. Whatever the amount is, divide by 10. That's what it is per day. I mean, stop to think about it. That's a buy, because I know from going up the last time with you how much money you spend. It's a lot of money. And
the free labor, man. Whew.
Well, we're not even talking about the free labor, are we?
I know. It
Gotta
is
set
so
up
much
those
work.
lights. Gotta set those lights up, man. Oh yeah, in between. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Uh, Connie does cook. She does do that. Uh, you did cook, didn't
Did we
you?
cook? I'm, like, thinking. I don't
Okay.
remember it so much.
Well, it was like microwave stuff. I mean,
No, it would don't now be serious. Don't do that.
I'm
Don't do that.
sorry.
It's
I'm
just
sorry. I'm sorry.
we use the microwave to warm up your coffee. All
That's
these
the only.
coffee people in the world, man. All these coffee people.
Yeah.
You're one of them. You're my
It was the
dad.
coffee.
Dad
It was the coffee. Yeah, it
yeah,
was. That was the
yeah.
only thing we microwaved.
'Cause we're gonna lose a day of survival because we gotta warm up his coffee for 30 seconds.
You gotta have that coffee. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember, I really don't remember much about the actual living in it for the 4 days. I don't remember much about that at all, and it was cooler outside, so,
Yeah.
we weren't out as much as like this next time, but I know we ate, and we ate well, so I know we're good. We had white powdered donuts and milk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Those are the best. Those are the best on a trip, the white powdered donuts, and, there's not one person that doesn't like those, and if somebody says, oh, no," like this diet thing, oh, man, they're the ones that somehow get it, eat it, and you, like, might see it somewhere on them or something. You know that someone else is eating them when you know you're not. There's 2 of us in here. It is not a Bigfoot. It is not the mitten people. It is not an ET. This was Jim Daddy.
You
He ate
know,
all the donuts, even
Connie,
the
you know
stale
what?
ones.
You know what? That all seems like I don't remember everything either.
Yeah, yeah,
Not on the routine stuff that we had to do. I mean,
right, because the other stuff was good, but if you
yep.
remember, we had 2 bags of white powdered donuts, and one
Mhm.
was more stale than the other, and we
That's
couldn't
right.
even handle the stale ones, they were that stale.
Well, the
You
coffee
remember
helped.
that now?
Yeah, the coffee helped it a little. I mean, you dunk real fast, and it helped a little bit.
So I know I don't remember much either. I remember, that we had, you guys ask questions and let us know, I guess, Jane, maybe you can maybe you know the trick, of how we can look over and know that we got a question. But this is all, for Q&A, so if you got a question, ask us.
Please do.
What do we do, Jane? Do we put it, like, in all caps? Do people put it in all caps? I can't remember. I haven't done it in 5, 6 years, 7, 8, something like that. The mitten people. I'm gonna draw a picture of the mitten people, so you'll see.
Mhm.
Not not good, I think. Not good. That'll be a show. I think the mitten people need to be a show. There's a lot
Mhm.
to it, and I've learned a whole lot. Okay, so all caps, and put a little question mark at the end, and if you have anything about disclosure or anything with either one of us or both of us or whatever, please go ahead. We're just gonna talk until that's the case.
Oh my.
That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Well, that's what we were about to do, so that's why I stopped. I thought, "Oh, we got some good stories we can tell, but let me at least have people start asking the questions, because this is Q&A, this is our favorite thing.
Yes.
And let us know if you want more of these shows, and, we gotta think about once a week, twice a week, 10 times a week. No, Jim, say, "No, Connie, not 10 times a week. No, Connie." Say that.
It it I don't think you're gonna get a no out of me.
No, doing this 10 times a week? 10 shows
Alright,
a
alright,
week?
alright, alright, alright,
Dude,
alright, maybe 7.
you weren't listening, that's why you said okay,
6,
1
6,
6? Okay.
6, 5.
1, 2, 3.
This is easy for me to
Full
say
time.
because Connie does all the work.
He
Connie
steps
does
in
all the work.
he steps in with a toothpick, just got out of dinner, real nice dinner that some people that, like what I did a long time ago bought me dinner. I don't have to buy dinner anymore, no drinks, everybody buys them for me because I'm the UFO guy. Okay, here we go. We got, let's see, question. And if you want specifically one of us or you want both, whatever, I mean, otherwise we'll
Yeah.
both chime in. The sphere of influence. Terry, man. Okay, as I call the bubble.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be round, you know, it just goes around whatever it needs to go around. The sphere of influence. I can't believe it, Terry. You're bringing up Jim Daddy's one phrase that drives me nuts. I'm like,
It does.
sphere of influence.
I don't know
Well,
Terry, all right? I don't know him. I don't know him.
hey,
Okay.
you might have met him on a ship somewhere, trust me. The sphere of influence is a great concept and experience. What are the many stages, and is sleep paralysis part of it? Have you ever defeated sleep paralysis? I know we both have answers on that, so you go first, Jim Daddy.
Yeah, well, it depends on the incident, I guess. I don't think I was, no, I know I wasn't asleep during the first one. I mean, but no, I was conscious all the time. At least I believed I was.
When you were taken, you were conscious. No, because you don't remember it. You said there's 45 minutes.
Yeah, but
missing
on
time.
the regression that I did
Yeah,
in
the
94,
regression. That's when you were aware.
and then you know how it is with regression, and all of a sudden you start hearing it, and it's coming back, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. That's what happens.
Okay.
That was on the first incident.
Yeah, you got triggered.
Yes.
But it was hidden that whole time. So.
Oh, it
So,
was. Hmm.
okay. But you're talking about remembering. He's asking about sleep paralysis.
I know. It's
You didn't experience that when it was this is what you told me or what I remember. So they could be way off.
I think you should answer this.
You said that the other people experienced the sleep paralysis where they were frozen.
There's no
They were standing
paralysis.
up
They were
frozen.
just frozen.
That's what people say sleep paralysis is.
Okay, you're gonna have to
Well,
define this. 'Cause I'm not
okay.
like in all those terms. Okay, I'm not.
Okay. That's true. I got you. Okay. So sleep paralysis, a lot of times are people trying to wake up and they can't. To me, from all the years I've been taking, for me, what that is you have been put back and you're waking up. And you might be waking up a little too soon because they're in hopes that you just stay asleep and then you wake up again like normal to your alarm and nothing happened. When I think when you're really just struggling to get up and wake up, it's because you're trying to scram. Okay. They're doing something to you. You want out. This is not, this is, it's tough stuff. You don't know if they're doing something to you physically or they're showing you something or not. Who knows what they're doing at that time. But usually how I recognized it too is because you always wake up from sleep paralysis because you finally wake up and you're just, so it's not a good thing, right? It's like a bad dream or something like that. To me, at that point, there's trauma happening and you're just trying to run, but you can't. You're starting to become aware. You're trying to run and you can't. And you are stuck in that body and that body is turned off. So your body's on or off by them and you're inside your soul. I believe they can take your body and I believe they can take your soul, one or the other or both. I totally, absolutely believe that with all my heart. So you are just trying to run, but you're all locked up and you can't. So Jim Daddy, your people at Rendlesham, I remember they're all standing there. They're just frozen. They're not scared to death. That's what something had said. They're scared to death. They're frozen. They are turned off. So, sleep paralysis is really that time when people are trying to get out of it and feeling that, and all of a sudden it's a nightmare. That's how we do it as humans. We put it as a nightmare. But if you are an abductee and you know it, and you know this, you know that, oh, that's just me trying to get out of what they did to me, because they turn you off and then they turn you back on. That's my theory. You might have another one, but that's my theory.
I don't have any
Sticking to
theories
it.
on that. No, I don't.
Yeah.
We have back at going back to Rendlesham.
Because
Excuse me.
besides the last time we did the creepy hotspot, you've been taken once,
Okay, now
right? That's what you
I
think.
well, I'm going to tell you what. Inside that sphere,
Oh.
let's go back to that sphere of influence. I think that the physical effects I was getting coming into it, the change of sound and the change absence of sound, struggling, cumbersome movement, trying to get through it. I think,
Walking through muck,
but
right?
I think that my guess, my thoughts on it was that it wasn't in sync. We weren't in sync inside that bubble with the outside at all. Not
No,
in
no,
time, space.
agreed.
And see, frozen. That's a subjective term for me. Well, they might not have been frozen at all. They might have been just all of a sudden that they probably what happens if they only thought everything was instantaneous. There was no examining the craft. There wasn't it time never it just started right where it left off for them, and it seems instantaneous. Everything that could be an effect,
Yeah, yep, yep.
and some of the things that we did by the evidence sort of concludes that. It
Mm,
leans to that, yeah. So it leans in that area. So yeah, I might have said, yeah, from my vantage point, I look back and yeah, they look frozen. No, it's not them. It was inside that sphere of influence, that bubble. Everything changes inside there,
yeah.
uh, and from what you described too, there's change for you too. So it was,
You're in their world at that point. It's their world. Our world keeps moving in time, right? We can't stop time here. We keep moving forward. We can't go backwards. We all try. We can't go left or right, but they can do all of that. Now, when you remote view, you can kind of do that stuff and,
right.
get all that in your head and everything. But
Mhm.
realistically, I think you agree with this, where time continues with us. With them, there's no time, there's no temperature, there's no any of the senses that we have are happening in the bubble or the sphere of influence. That's their world, and
Yeah,
we're in it.
and I think that whole thing there is, it's a phenomenon they can create. Okay, they create that somehow. I don't know. And the other thing is, and through discussion with others, especially on your signature show, the Blue Rock Talk, those people there are talking about uh, similar things that are happening, but it doesn't exactly mean that uh, the time and space inside that phenomenon, that bubble, that
I knew he was
situation.
gonna say it.
Yeah. Um, it can, and for some people, it can. I don't know. I don't think it has limits. I said it. I think yesterday too. I don't think it has limits. I think it can expand out as far as it wants to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the whole Earth. I think you get the entire planet and do a mass abduction that way too.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then then the other poor thing about it is that they choose what the people can remember and what they can't, and some people don't remember anything, and nothing happened as far as they know. And that happens. It depends on whatever they decide to do.
it's
I
all up
mean,
to them. They make all the decisions. They're the
which is,
ones going, "Who's your daddy?" They're the ones that are truly saying, "Who's your daddy?" We gotcha.
but that's one of the reasons we talked about yesterday. And that's one of the reasons that you were describing on when you came out about your uh, experiences and stuff throughout your life with this phenomena. This okay. Let's go back a second. Uh, let's talk about UAPs. You don't
Ah.
like, yeah, let's talk about it because I'll tell you
Mm,
what are they
it's
describing
gonna
in
hurt you
Washington
too.
D.C.? All these congressional and all these are they talking about UFOs? No, they're talking about UAPs. Totally different thing.
What's the difference?
There's unexplained area phenomena. It could be for anything from a Chinese satellite to a drone uh, uh, that was, maybe from a, another country or something like that, or uh, some kind of observation from another country. These are That's what they were studying at the Pentagon, UAPs. And the British actually came out with that term in 2005 with the Condon report, not the Condon report from Denver and all that. The one from the UK. And here's the suspicious thing about it. Like the Condon report that came out, Nick Pope talked about this.
Say, what is the word condon?
Condon. Yeah, Condon
Condon.
report.
Did anybody else hear
Condon.
condom? Did anybody else hear condom? He said condom like 3 times. I'm
Condon.
so sorry. Okay.
And anyway, the British came out with that in 2005, right? They came out with it, and that's where they mentioned in their paragraph, I mean, out of the 30, 40, 50 written pages, it was UK restricted, which means that means like sort of for official use only. If it was the United States, it's nothing really highly classified. But anyway, they came out with it. UK restricted. That means no US people can look at it. Only British nationals that have clearance can look at this document. They came out with that, and they changed the term from UFO to UAP. That's where it came out, UAP.
Okay.
And that was done. Well, first of all, the document was written like 1 year, and the following year it was out. No, that's for dissemination. They had a plan. That is my assessment of it. Because
For
it just came out too fast.
disinformation.
Yes,
Okay.
it came out too fast. So now the UAP term is now created. Okay, so we do some stuff in at our Pentagon in Washington. We funded for like $25 million to this one that looks at aerial phenomena. Okay, which is looking for aggressor nations like China, Russia, whatever it might be. Venezuela, it could be any South American, Cuban, whatever. They're looking at stuff from there, and that's the stuff that they were determining what it is, and that it has nothing to do with UFOs. Never did. That's why when they started coming out about that, we're running a secret UFO program. No, you weren't. No, that ain't what was done in Washington D.C. No, they might have used it as a front. That's a possibility, so they could establish, unacknowledged special access programs through certain contractors. I don't want to name names, but there are big defense contractors. Some of them are, and so you can see the orchestration of the disinformation that was coming on, not misinformation, disinformation coming out. They had a plan, and that's why I come to the conclusion, following all these steps over the years from 2005 to here, that it is a disinformation program. That's what they're doing. They're saying, don't look here because something's going on over here. They're trying to distract, and they're doing a good job of it because it's got half the nation pretty well fooled. I mean, right now it's pretty
You got
bad.
jazz hands, man. You got jazz
Yeah,
hands.
yeah.
Um,
So I know
no, thank you.
I got off track there, but
Yeah, a little bit. No, it's okay.
I want to clarify from yesterday though, because I just don't think things. Oh, this is what it's got to be. I don't think that way. I don't think that way at all. I have to have some evidence and stuff like that. Now, when we get to the with the bubble or the sphere of influence, that all is real stuff to me.
Yeah, that's real.
That I experienced, and I know it is for you. And
That's when you're under their spell. That's when they've got you. That's when they've got you. And by the way, like when Jacobs had regressed me, and I was being brought up on the ship or something, I just remember he found it interesting what I thought. But I was growing up, I was always cold. Dad always had the air conditioner blowing, or so like you get out of the pool and then all of a sudden the air's on you and you're like, man, it's freezing. And Dad rules the roost at that point. When you're a kid, doesn't matter. You go get a blanket and another blanket and put a bunch of clothes on or something. But I remember saying under the regression, I remember as I was being taken up, I had said, oh, I'm not cold. This is great. I remember thinking that. So that was one of probably a younger regression. I didn't look at myself at the time to recognize how old I was at the time we did those regressions. That's a good thing to remember to do. Anybody that gets regressed, find out what age you are if you're taking all the time. Because I would have liked to have known that now, looking back at it. But I didn't feel anything. There was no temperature. There's nothing. And I know that when I was taking back in Alabama, when I was in, it wasn't that I was necessarily taken, but the Bigfoot came around. They can do the same things that the ET can do, and I think they're buddies, pals, and who knows what they. It's all related, but they're the ones that will talk to you. They're the ones you're going to get the answers from. They it was like 1:45 or 2:45 in the morning or something like that when they put me in that sphere of influence, that bubble, that their time, their atmosphere, and I felt great. I wasn't cold, I wasn't
Yeah,
tired, but I recognized that that was what was weird out. Um, I read a book about imprinting and keeping imprinting things in your mind as they happen so you'll remember them later. You know, it's a way to remember these things. And I remember going, every cell in my body feels good. It's 2:45 in the morning. Why this is all in my head. Why am I not feeling groggy? It took us, like 18 hours to get here today. We're in this spot, you know, but I uh-oh, they heard me. I went off the air. They heard me. So anyway, it's a wonderful place to be in because you don't feel pain. You don't feel anything, any problems. In fact, when you come out of it, you feel really good and you've slept really deeply. So, Terry, when it comes to the sphere of influence, that's also that time. You know, he's calling it the same thing. What I call like you're in their bubble, you're in their world.
right.
At that point, um, you're with them. You're with them, and if they want, we both believe they can bring you right back to that exact moment, or
Yeah,
that's the one thing crazy about Travis Walton. Got a good account. He talks about it. He's talked about it for years. He hasn't changed anything except for maybe the reason why they kept him. He had that change of thought of, hey, I think they were saving my life. But that's usually people, maybe there's missing time and maybe there's not missing time, but he's the only one I know that's ever been more than, I mean, 5 days. That's the difference where it's like, wow, because they didn't have to do that. They could have brought him back at the same time, you know, a minute later before the guys drove off in the Jeep.
right.
So that's it's strange, but we don't know everything. We're just going with what we know. I hope that helped with have you ever defeated sleep paralysis? To me, I don't think you can. I think the only way to defeat it is you finally wake up. You escape from their spell. To me, this is my research. Yours might be different, might be slightly, might be the same, might be way off. But mine is when you are in the sleep paralysis, you are waking up and you probably just went through something not good because you're not. Some people have loving aliens and they look like humans or they look like whatever. I'm not in that camp. Mine are like, you know, treating you like the little mouse and they're going to do their little tests on you and throw you back and look at you and go, ha. I guess. I don't know. But they make you feel good and you will hopefully not remember anything. But when you're stuck like that, you are going to deal with some trauma. And the only way to defeat it is either lay there and let it go away and smooth out like that's their plan, but you're probably still freaking out because something inside you remembers what you're looking at or what they just did to you, or you're realizing what happened, or you're realizing I'm on a freaking ship. This is real. Because I don't think it happens as much later. I think it's because your subconscious and your mind already realizes what's going on. You're being taken, and here you go again. So not all my stuff's going to match up with your all stuff. Everybody's got something different. But
Yeah, but you know what, Connie?
back,
Going back, you say when you wake up. Really, what happens, I think, is that's when contact is broken. You woke up. Okay, contact's broken at that time. You woke up. With me, it was at Rendlesham. My contact ended when I took my hand off the top glyph. It stopped.
That
But
makes sense.
yeah, and before I got to the craft, coming up to it, before I got into that sphere of influence, I
It's
was
not
outside.
easy.
It's only like 15. It was only like 15 feet in this case, maybe 10 feet out. It wasn't far, and I could smell uh, engines. The smell of metal that had been heated up. I could smell that.
Hmm.
I could hear the forest. I could, of course, see a bright light and all that stuff over the berm and that. But and I was scared to death. I mean, I was trying to stay grounded by running my little checklist in my head and all this stuff. But yeah, stay grounded. And once I got up in that sphere of influence, it dissipated. There was nothing like that. I wasn't fearful. I
Oh, yeah,
wasn't. I was curious, okay, but I wasn't like, okay. I felt okay.
that's right.
It seems okay.
Yeah.
And I think you went through. Well, you have went through that before, haven't you? That same type of.
Oh, yeah, they take all that.
Okay.
They can turn you off and on. They can partially, I think, also decide what they want to turn off. Oh, the fear. Turn off the fear. Turn off this. Turn off that. I don't know how they do it, but they make
Well,
it to where you feel okay, where you can get through it, where, it's all about not making you freak out and panic and go nuts.
right.
They control
And then
you, they take care of you. So,
leaving it, I mean, after I got away from it at Bentwaters at Rendlesham, when I backed away because I thought I activated something, all of a sudden it started getting active with lighting and all. Whoa, 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 whoa! I got back out. I tried to go to a
what did
prone
I do?
position, dig a hole like that, but I'll tell you what, the feeling I had, and this is after even it went back to the trees and took off, all this. I was like energized. I was
Yeah,
like,
you feel great when it's over. Yeah.
yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
wow. I mean, this is like what, 2 in the morning? I don't know. It was,
You feel great.
yeah. And
Yep.
I was like, whoa, wow, I'm ready. And so I don't think I could ever chase the other patrolman. He took off after something. I don't know what he was after. This forest was black. And so I followed him. I mean, followed him. I'm running. And I tell you what, when you can't see too good, the forest is a little dangerous that way, but I
Yeah,
made
it
it all
is.
the way through. I
That's
made it
good.
all the way through, and but I had all the energy to follow him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You always feel good. I call it happy, happy, joy, joy. Because once they take that spell off of you, yeah, where you can wake back up and be normal again, they still have this happy, happy, joy, joy juice on you for about 2.5 weeks is where I've seen it finally dissipate
Uh,
off. So a good 2.5 weeks. That's what I've recognized. So no, yeah. So I think I can't say that. I mean, like you had the hand on the UFO and then you took it off. Okay, I can see where I'm not in contact anymore. I get that. But if they're taking you and then putting you back down, um, when they leave, I guess it's off, but maybe you sleep another hour or so. I don't, I got to tell you though, I think you pretty much wake up because I always kind of wake up after I,
okay,
I'm still in a position of this like fetal kind of thing where I'm like, it's always like this, it's like this. Or maybe it's stretched out. You can tell there's something different. You can tell when you wake up. And one of the times I woke up and I literally saw a flying saucer go off of the top of my building. I was on the 11th floor, I think, or ninth. I don't know. It's probably about 4 other stories above me. And there's a street. I have a window from ceiling to floor in this particular place. And on the other side of the street's another big, tall building. And what I'm looking out the window because I'm just waiting, like, oh, this is weird that I'm laying like this. Okay, I can, maybe I did, that goes through your mind. Then all of a sudden I see out of my eye, whoop, this thing did a free fall. It did a free fall, and then it caught itself up, and then it went like this and got up to the other side of the building and went. I'm telling you, the white light from this saucer, it was like a welder's light at the very tip of it that was moving forward. And it started there, and then it went all the way around it, and it was gone. I was like, man, that thing's on a mission. I started telling my friends, the other friends that are
Right.
taken, and they're like, yeah, that mission was you. They were there to see you. And it did take me a while to figure that out. I had that
Yeah.
happy, happy, joy thing on me. It took a good while, and I went, of course that thing was here to get me. It just left. I just saw it for the first time leave because I had those big windows. If I didn't have those big windows, I would have never seen it, just like most of the places that I live. But that was really a crazy thing to see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That was amazing. I need to show you that area. I think I took pictures and sent them to you. But have either one of you noticed any signs of PTSD from some abductees? It's from the Dr. Mulder show. He's got a show now. Dr. Mulder's got a show. Got to see that. Got to see that. Have either one of you noticed any signs of PTSD from some abductees or yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's what it
Okay,
is.
next question. No.
No, I'm still thinking. I tell you, I'm not right here with the question. But the it's just like the morning that we woke up. Um, I don't know which day it was. Okay, I'm not sure. Um, but I think we were up like till 2 or 3 in the morning on the creepy hotspots, and I remember waking up there. I couldn't have had more than 3 hours sleep, but I'm telling you, I woke up there, and I was so rested, like I slept for 12 hours. I
We
mean,
have no joy.
I was like, man, I said that was what, and I didn't have the best camper area. I was pretty crowded. Someone else got the better, you know.
Did you bring somebody else in? Was that a mitten person?
Anyway, that feeling is the same thing. Like, man, I was so rested. I was like, man, how can I be rested with 3 hours sleep? You know. Uh,
So so
yeah.
now you've been in the military. You saw a lot of carnage. You said that you used that word when you told me that. You've seen carnage because you would go and see plane
We don't
crashes.
want. Yeah, we don't want to go into detail
But
on that
that's
stuff.
but that's no, but that's the PTSD where it's still
Yes.
in your mind.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and Rendlesham, you said it's like it happened yesterday. It's still in your mind. So that's the PTSD thing. And I think you've had some of that with the last trip we went on because of the mitten people. You were like,
I don't. It was. Yeah, I'm still struggling with it.
yeah,
So.
yeah. So yeah, yeah, there's a lot of that. I don't know. I think as a lifer, I don't know. Like I don't have the nightmares or anything like that. I don't have any of that. And maybe it's because you live it and you live it again and live it again and live it again, and you don't really get to talk to anybody enough to, because they tell you you're crazy, you're nuts, you're whatever, to where you can learn that you should panic and freak out. That's not normal. I don't know. I think maybe when you just grow up with it and you don't know any different, maybe you can handle it better. But I think that also has to do with a lot of other things, though. Where there's been some sleep paralysis, but not where things are stuck in me where I can't get them
Mhm.
out. I know enough that some people have a concern. Look in their eye, look in their eyes, look in their eyes, look in their eyes. Well, I will one day when I'm ready for that. I'm still looking at other things too and checking things out. And that was really not a desire of mine. It was really more of just not even thinking about that. That's not my focus. Is make sure you look in their eyes. I know I look in people's eyes when I see their souls. I think you can
Yeah.
do that too. Like you
Yeah.
and I are like, "Oh, I saw you. Ah, I saw you." Um, and when that happens, I would like that to be in the day, but um, otherwise, There's a lot of people that have PTSD with it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it depends on the individual, though. Maybe I'm not.
You're still stuck with it. This stuff is still stuck in your head, and it's like a Rolodex too. You can just click to the next one. Rendlesham, the creepy hotspot, this, that. Yours though. I think the more that you have happen, the more will be in there. So at least you don't have to think of the same thing. Like Travis has one, you had one, but now you got a few more. So you're not as much in 1980, right? But
I know this much. I know that it does anybody good, at least from my perspective, to talk to somebody like you who has, what do you call yourself? A lifer is the term. I don't know where you coined that from somebody else,
Brett Oldham coined
right?
that, and he may even tell you that somebody else did. I don't know. But I got it
Yeah,
from Brett.
but it's like you probably went through this stuff years ago, and you can't remember. As a child, you probably got through it. It seemed more normal to you. I mean, I don't know, but I know one thing from my perspective. It is really good to talk to somebody, especially a lifer, uh,
I agree.
to get you uh, refocused or um, grounded with it, more grounded, if that's possible. I think it is possible, but it just don't seem likely right now. But stuff does happen. I think it helps to talk to other people with has experiencers. I think it really does help,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's got to be a deep level. It can't be just superficial. It's got to be go into particulars about it and things like that. So
And some of us are going to tell you, don't go too deep. Don't go too deep because you don't even going deeper, it may be the wrong thing. So don't go deeper and darker to make it worse on you if it's already affecting you and you're not even sure where it's leading. But like the last trip we were on, the creepy hotspot,
mhm.
again, if y'all want to go to it, just go sign up for it. It's coming
That's
up.
I'll tell
It's
you right
coming up in
now.
10
I'm gonna
days.
tell you
Coming
what.
up in
It's
10
a
days.
it's a must. It's a must see. It's a must. You must do it. I mean, it's a must, especially if you're an experiencer or you've had some type of contact. Uh, Please, sign up for that creepy hotspot.
It'll be good. It's you,
Yeah.
me, Walter. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait, especially Walter, man. So you got 5'2", you got 6'2". I don't know if you'll. I see you this way, but it may be turned around. So anyway, Jim's 6'2", and Walt's 6'5". It's gonna be like the Bigfoot will be like, man, they're like, she's short, they're tall. I don't know. I think they're gonna check that out. But don't just be careful going down too deep of a rabbit hole because you don't know what that is. You don't remember that one probably. That's probably totally out of your head. Maybe you'll remember some things, but if you do, I just know people that a lot of people. So there's some people that have actually killed themselves because they went down the rabbit
Ooh.
hole, and it doesn't mean that that's exactly what they saw or not. And some people just take it too far in the rabbit hole. And you're like, even we'll be like, it's too far. Don't do that. But to talk about it is great because the other people will be going, yep, I saw it too. And look, we're both here. We had some happy joy. Here we are talking about it. Did you see this? Did you see that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's kind of cool. Let's go to another question here before we run out of time on 2 questions.
Oh,
It's okay.
sorry.
Sometimes you gotta shake Jim just a little bit. Sometimes
Mhm.
smack. It's like smack. He
Oh.
likes the smacking. He's like, smack me.
Oh,
Let's see. Let me
Connie.
go up.
Stop it.
I didn't say anything, man. Okay.
Okay.
When we get together, it's man, man, man. We become like Muppets or something. Man, hey man. Like the Muppets in the band. Let me
Oh.
okay. Let's go to Walter. Question, Jim, Connie, have you ever had the white room experience during being taken? Is that where you're just in the sitting room? Is that what people call the white room? I don't know what everybody else calls it, but I can say this real quick is you will be sitting there at one point and by yourself, nothing on, or maybe they did put something on or didn't put something on, and you just sit there and you're just slumped. I don't know if that's what you mean by the white room, but that's a white room. What about you, Jim?
Room is so defining,
That's true.
man.
That's true because
Uh,
there's no you
so
don't. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah, and it's defining, and it's too restrictive, and that just doesn't apply to me like that in those terms. It's different.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, and you were regressed once. You may not remember that time. A lot of people don't
I
go
don't
into
know.
that time. If it's the white room like he's talking about, you're just waiting in line. You're basically next, or one of the next people they're going to check out, or one of the next people they've already checked out and they're putting their clothes back on. If that's what I think is the white room, so let me know if that's what you think is the white room. But if you don't remember any of it, and then you get regressed, you're going to go to the most active part. Basically, when you're regressed, they're not going to be going where I'm in the room. Just I'm out of it. I'm
No,
just out of it.
yeah, but it was active communication, so all that was in the regression. So
Did you have the white room where you sat there naked?
I'm not saying it was a white room.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, okay. But did you remember just
I was
out? Do you remember being just sitting there being out?
no, I seemed like I was awake, aware.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. So that's all. That's all. If that's what he's asking, just seeing if you recognize it.
I don't. I guess the answer to that is, by his terms, no.
And Walt, is that what you meant by it? I don't know that it would be no. I think it would just be that that's not where you all directed the regression. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. That's why I said okay. Okay. Come on, man. It's okay.
If
I
I don't.
when you
It's just too restrictive.
no okay, okay, let me put it this way. What we've learned through all that regression stuff, like, and I can't say 1,000%, but you get taken. It can be just single. It could be 5 of you. It could be 100 of you. It could be 1,000 of you. I saw some mass ones that I was regressed and saw. But there's a room when you're up next. You're sitting there. You're out of it. They have you without your clothes on, and you're next to be looked at or whatever they do. When most people get regressed, it always starts at like an action spot because you're like, I think I got slapped. So you'll start at the slap. You usually don't ever go, man, I kind of remember just being out of it. You know what I'm saying? So you very well could have been in that white room. You just didn't go to the regression part of that. I mean, she could have said, hey, let's go to the very, very beginning. And then she could have started asking you questions about that. And then you would have said, oh, yeah, I was there naked. And I was just laying there. I'm not moving.
You're gonna love my regression tapes.
I can't wait. I'm looking
Hmm.
forward to it.
Because that will clarify a lot of stuff for you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Because he's holding back. He's holding back with that stuff. Um, David, I guarantee if you take fresh carrots, Bigfoot will take it. They love them. Oh, okay. Okay. So here's my question. How do you know the Bigfoot took the carrots and not some other something else?
Good question.
Thank you. Photo Four Corners is here. All right. Okay, let's see. Rockin' Robin. More like a slip for them. More like a time slip for them. Yeah, a time. Yeah, it's all time. It's all time. Rockin' Robin's talking about. the sphere of influence and the bubble and all that time stuff. It's a time slip for them. We're the ones in the prison planet. We're the ones that we said, let's get a ticket to ride planet Earth, and we're riding it.
Right.
When we're done, because this body only lasts so long, the rest of us goes right back, and we see how well we did with whoever in our life, and we see if we can afford the ticket to Saturn or the ticket to some other place somewhere else. A cheap budget one, we got to go to a little carnival and Connie one, that kind of thing. You don't have an answer to that?
Yeah, okay.
You listening, or are you thinking of something else?
I was thinking of something else. I'm sorry.
I could tell. That's why I kept going with it a little bit and throwing it at you. That was the one thing.
Well, I tell you what, you look like you're feeling better from yesterday with your eye.
That's what you're thinking about?
I was thinking about, well, I can actually see both eyes open, and you don't have it all like trying to shut it and everything else like that.
Oh,
it seems
man.
like it's better.
It still hurts, yeah.
And
yeah, it's better.
And you had your dental stuff done today. I don't know. You're a real trooper, Connie. You're a
yeah,
trooper. You are.
I know it.
I don't know how you do. I'm sorry. I was like, I went off to a tangent there.
I know. You just, left me hanging.
No, it was about your well-being. I was thinking. Sorry.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
I don't want to agree because I don't know what was said. Okay, I don't want to agree to whatever that was.
I know.
I missed it.
The whole time I'm even talking, I'm like, he's not listening to anything I say. So I said that, we bought a ticket to planet Earth. That's why we're here. And hopefully we did well enough to where basically we could buy a more luxurious ticket for even something cooler out there. But then again, we might have got somebody and we can only afford a carnival Connie kind of setup. And I know that you would normally laugh about that, I would think, but you were just looking at me and I'm like, that's why I threw it in. I was like, he's not listening. Oh,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Have you ever noticed any marks on your bodies that look like a scoop of tissue has been removed? I haven't, but I think a lot of that could have happened when I was a kid, and I can't see anyway. And when you're single, you can't really see much anyway. You don't really look. I know some people have. Did you? You're just a one-timer kind of thing.
Yeah, one of the things when I was at one of the National Press Clubs with James Fox, he put it on. We were there like a week, and I got a good opportunity to talk to a lot of witnesses. They were all great, but there was also other people that came there, like what's it, Roger Lear, and there's Bud Hopkins. I mean, there's a lot of people.
Roger Lear, yeah, I love him.
Yeah, all those people were there, and I got to talk to them like over breakfast and all that stuff. And anyway, I bring up Roger because
he's great.
While he was, we talked about his work, and we're talking about that over our
oatmeal, coffee, grits, bacon, eggs.
Sort of.
I was just helping you.
Okay. Yeah, but anyway, and it was so interesting. But he talked about that kind of stuff. So see, what I'm telling you is hearsay. Okay, it was from him.
Yeah. So you guys, if you're not sure, Roger, most of you, I think, you guys know what you're talking about. Roger K. Lear is the one that did the implants below the knee, because he's a foot doctor guy, so he could only do anything below the knee. And if there was anybody that thought they had an implant below the knee anywhere, he would do the implants.
And the other person I talked a little bit about, but it's not as much as Roger, was Bud. He talked a little bit about that. Not from him, I mean, but it was what I guess his people have told him. I don't know. I know he's done a lot of regressions. I know he was.
Yeah, he and Jacobs. Bud was doing it first, and then Jacobs joined him, and then they did it together.
Well, I think that was a plus. I think it helped to have Jacobs there. I really
love
do.
Jacobs. Love.
Well, it's just two minds versus one mind. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Got off on a tangent, sorry.
I know. I'm like, are you done with that one? Jeez. I'm like, okay. Let's see here. So no scoops on us, at least. I remember one time I had to drink something, and I was very aware. And the thing is that my sister was there too, and she remembered it too the next day. She talked about it. She may not remember it again ever, because I asked her about
Mhm.
something before, and she said she never remembered that, but she did the next day. And that's what happens too. You can remember, and then it's gone again. Happens all the time. But we had to drink something. We described the exact area, everything. We were outside. It was in the day. You could be gone for years and then come back at the same time. I believe that. So we were by these bushes, and it was, you know how you do honeysuckles, and you go pull that stem and get a little piece of
Like,
honey, and you do
yeah.
it. Was similar to that, but it was like this like buttercup kind of thing. Anytime I see Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I see them drinking out of the buttercup when they're inside the chocolate factory, I think of it because it looked like
Uh,
that, and it was really nice looking. It was a beautiful day, and we're both doing it, but yes, we had to do it. Um, it was the worst taste ever, ever. I mean, it was horrible. You know the Wegovy pills, how they taste terrible? It's like that.
yeah.
It's horrible. It's really horrible flavor, and I believe she did too, but I can speak for myself. I woke up tasting that.
Ugh.
I tasted that. So, interesting that, I came back out tasting that. It was really bad. Don't know why, but we had to take it, and it was absolutely terrible. So, it's things like that that I remember. I'll see. This is for Jim, from AI Jane. It was reported that animals on a nearby farm went into a frenzy and made loud sounds like they were trying to get away from something during the event. Is this during Jim's event?
Yeah.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah. But that was before we entered the forest.
So you said, did you hear any animal sounds? Did anyone go to that farm to find out what happened or if any animals were missing?
Well, I wound up by that farm eventually that night. I mean, it wasn't far from it, the farmhouse, and, uh, anyway, we did a film shoot on a number of years later, quite a few years later, a couple decades later, and, we got to talk to the farmers, and about that. I did, and there was they didn't hear nothing. They didn't hear nothing. And he says, "Well," he says, "if my animals were, making a fuss like that," he said, "I woulda got up." I believe that. I
Yeah, because
really
that's a
do.
farmer. That's what a farmer would do. That's part
That's
of
right.
the gig.
I
Yeah.
believe him 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but I'm saying, "No, I did hear that before we went into the forest," and, there was scurrying of, wildlife too. But once I, got in that forest, there was nothing. It was different. The sphere of influence again, you know?
Yeah,
So,
that's what I was gonna say. I don't know how, crazy it went, but let's just say it went wide enough that the farmer didn't hear anything, but the animals were doing whatever they were doing. And if you were out of that sphere, you would know, oh, the animals went crazy, but the farmer was put out. He was under the spell.
I mean,
I
I
it's
believe the guy.
amazing.
He was telling me this. I was going, "Man, what? No, I heard animals before I got into that
Yeah,
forest. I heard
but
them. I mean, you can tell farm animals versus wildlife. I mean, you know,
yeah, I
well,
got
you,
some
I,
from my neighbor. I'm hearing my neighbor. I'm like, "What's going on?" I said, "Little apartment over there. I'm hearing some farm animals. I don't know what's
oh, you
happening
know
over
what I
there."
mean, like
I am
cows and
not going over there and asking.
chickens, cows. I'm talking like that. I mean, versus like uh, uh, deer or something like that. And they had really funny deer over there. They're not real deer. They were like little
They're
mini
British
deer.
deer, man.
Yeah, they were
British
small.
deer.
They were small, man. They're like big dogs or something.
But you
Poor
know what
thing.
I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, the farmer, could have been out from them, but they left the animals alone. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
that's
since
why
then, and since knowing you, uh, I go along with what you're saying about about the bubble or the sphere of influence, how big it can go. I am with you on that one. I think that is a pretty solid uh, answer or a theory or whatever you want to call it. I think it's pretty factual that it can really expand out because there's
Right.
cases that come up. There's cases I know came up whether 2 football fields down. I said, oh, that confirms it's spread out that far for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a
Yeah.
sudden you hear another one that's a mile away. I went, well, at least it went a mile away. I wonder how far it can go. I was asking myself that too. And you come up. I think I tend to believe what you're saying for your theory. You're saying it could encompass the planet,
Yeah.
and
And
it
more,
could do that.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think that is
Unlimited.
probably. I think confidence is high with that. I really
Yeah.
do.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I do.
High five. Too late. Ah, okay. Fist
Delay.
bump. Fist bump.
Boom.
No. Not quick
Get
enough.
out.
Okay, dude. Okay. All right.
All right. All right.
Leave it to the Brits, says
I
Techno
don't
Dad.
know if am I pointing at you. I think I am.
No, you're pointing the other way.
Do we have to point this way?
Well, I see you pointing at me, but I don't think it shows up the other way, that way.
I don't either. Okay.
Erica had said at one point, she said, UAP, anything other than an alien spacecraft. Exactly. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I got to read it. It's not a question, but I think it's funny. Honest Content 17 says, half of the nation is eating nothing burgers with a large side of lies, and the other half is frozen stiff reading the menu. That's pretty good. 'Cause you were saying nothing burgers yesterday. I'm like, what is that? What's that? Let's see. Yeah, the creepy hotspot. Yay. Go to no. You want to you want to sign up for the creepy hotspots. Go to ConnieWillis.com. Don't go to Connie at ConnieWillis.com. That's an email. Change that, Jane. Quick, change it. That's my email. That'll be an email. I'll be like, what? What's this? I try not to look at that one much, but go to my website, ConnieWillis.com, and you'll see creepy hotspots. So not Connie at ConnieWillis.com. That's my email.
They need to sign up for your newsletter too. That's the one that tells everything. I mean,
tells
what's
everything.
going on.
And it's cool, it's a cool little newsletter. I like it. It's called Where's Willis? I still laugh when George Norrie says it. It's so funny. He's like, where's Willis? It's just great. It's like perfect. They're supposed to record that for me. I haven't gotten it yet. Let's see. My eyes, they're, I just had stuff happen, yesterday I got a shot in it, my eye, and I got nothing but lights here. Okay, so I don't want to skip. Okay, the animal sounds. He didn't hear the animal sounds that night, but he sure hears them other nights. Here's something going on. I don't think it's just tipping of cows like he likes to say. Cow tipping. I actually know some people that said they did that. I'm like, man, that's not very nice. That's not very nice.
You believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So just leave it be, okay? Let me believe that.
Okay, you can.
So from Erica, Jim, do you feel your experiences have been negative? Whereas I feel mine have been positive, so I don't mind relating them to others. I don't think mine are evil or anything, but it's just all about, to me, it's just all about whatever's taking you. It's just they're going to do what they want to do without your permission.
Nothing against Erica on this, but I don't want to use the term positive and negative, okay? I don't really want to do that because I don't, there's such a mixture of stuff that's going on, and at a certain point in time, even if it feels sort of bad, it all of a sudden it feels okay. That's with me. I'm not a lifer like you. I don't think anyway. I'm pretty sure of that one. But
I think we're still trying to figure out if Erica is. What do you think, Erica? You think it's all your life? I know your sister, but usually it runs in the family. So, and maybe you just remember but you got good abilities and stuff like that too, which matters. I think pretty much everybody here has probably been taken, or they wouldn't be here. I just don't think you care. Why would you care if you're not? You can be curious about other subjects, but to me, this is one of my theories. If you're curious about this one, it's because you got something going on. Because this is not where you want to be in your human life. You want to be doing something else. You don't really want to be here. But one of the things is, like, I would love to just live the human experience, just have fun, never think about these things, just move on, you know? Because you miss the human experience. When you're in this, they have taken that away from you. They do things to you that you may not want done. They do things to you that you don't know about. And they also, if they want you to go left and you want to go right, you're going left. Doesn't matter. So they take things away from you along the way too. This is my findings. This is my theory. You might have different. That's okay. We're all different in what we are going through. But I think that, what was it? I just think that, where the freak was I going, man? What?
Well, about positive,
Help me
negative.
out, man.
Well,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, positive, negative.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Leave me hanging again. My gosh, missing time from Jim Daddy, missing time from Jim. You left me, man. Where'd you go? You're worried that you can't see now that you took your glasses off. So you're like, I can't think either. I'm just going to let her go.
No, I thought you were answering.
No, I wasn't. It was like,
Oh, I was
I
like,
was
I'm
watching
listening. I'm
you,
listening.
glassy eyed, going, whoa. Like, what's he thinking now?
I
I
was
don't remember
listening
what I
every
was
word.
talking.
I was listening every word. I
And
was.
what I say.
I was positive or negative. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. There's a lot in the middle. Oh man.
No, I think
Uh,
it's.
all right,
Oh,
touch me. Go, just touch me. Come on, touch me. Too late. Too late. Too late. Too late.
oh, look
Oh,
at the hand. I don't know. I need more lotion in my hands.
okay. Okay. We don't see that detail, but okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I remember what I was talking about. I'm not high. I'm not drinking. I'm not,
No, but maybe an old fashioned smoked one would help.
oh, smoked old fashions. Delicious.
It
Delicious.
helps. It helps me.
It's so
I
good.
mean,
Those are very good drinks. You
yes,
can only have like 1.5 at that. Yeah, we found that out. You gotta split them. Yeah, right?
yeah, but
1,
also
1, and then split 1.
I'll let that secret out that you make the best smoked old fashions in Colorado, possibly the United States. I'm not sure.
You've lowered it. Yeah, you said anywhere on the planet before. Now it's just
Oh,
Colorado?
I haven't been
Wow.
everywhere on the planet though. I
Okay.
haven't been everywhere on the planet,
All
so
right. Well, just get
yeah.
a Kentuckian to make you a bourbon drink, and you'll be fine. That's all you gotta do. Um, let's
Probably.
get let's get away from where I was left a minute ago. I was abandoned over here. Okay. Did you feel the experiences? Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Um, and you know what? It's crazy. There was a time, you don't know evil until you feel it. You don't know evil until it's around you. And there was a time that I felt evil. I haven't felt that. I think the mitten people are a little sinister, though, but I have not felt that evil with any of the Bigfoot, any of the ET, anything like that. But I felt evil before, and it was. You don't mistake it. Let's put it that way. You don't mistake it, and and you can look back and go, okay, those other things weren't so bad. You know,
But I
the
never
gate,
experienced that at the creepy hotspot. No evil. Nothing.
yeah.
That was not nothing like that. No, 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 no.
But
We're
we
gonna.
saw you run just as fast as those Sasquatch let me see that one run scale up the mountain when you saw those 3 wolves. Ah!
I really think
You tripped and you fell forward, but you just kept going. I don't know how anybody could have not fallen on that trip, but you made sure you made it back to the truck.
I went into survival mode. I think I was in survival mode. I get
It
back
was
to the truck.
deep blackness, but I still saw you. I was
Hey,
like,
I'm gonna tell you what. After that, Connie, I didn't even want to roll the window down. You know what I mean?
I told
I
you, man,
uh,
when you're up
I
there, it's
didn't,
a different story.
but I didn't
Okay.
feel evil, or
No.
I didn't really fear. Oh, we're back to the word we don't know. We got to look this word up. It's a word that will fill the actual how we felt. You know, I
Yeah. Yeah.
like we didn't know we are going to do this thing. We should have looked it up. One of us, I should have done it. You know, look
Right.
that word up.
Right.
Need a word. Yeah, done it for Chat GPT. Hey, this is what we got. We need a new word for this. You know.
We we will run a little longer so we can get to the questions. So Terry Fisher, uh, he's one of us. He says, Jim, when you touched the craft, the object, did you get the impression that it had moving parts or generated a field in which to move with no moving parts, interdimensional?
Uh, no to the first part. Uh, Second, yeah, there was definitely energy fields around it. Uh, I felt that. I got a whole series of impressions that later came out 13 years later in the regression of exactly what I was thinking that night and feeling. So, but there was no moving parts like that. Hey, it was void of everything. It was void of intakes, exhaust, crew compartments, rivets, uh, exhaust. It was just aerions. I mean, it didn't have nothing. It couldn't fly. It couldn't move. I mean, it was just a solid, glossy metal object. But it was
Keep
more
talking
than
about
that.
it. I'm going to bring the picture. So keep talking about it. I'm going to try to find that
Well,
picture.
yeah, and uh, matter of fact, once it calmed down and the lighting and the gobbler color of lighting stopped going through the fabric of the craft. It was just black and shiny, and the only way I could see it out in that forest because underneath the lighting, there's still light coming out from underneath the craft, and that was, and all of a sudden at this point in time, I'm just curious, no fear, no excitement, no nothing like that. And I said, I wonder how that's staying up level. I'm looking at like that. Oh, regression there. I'm looking like that, yeah. And then I try to move it, and it's solid. It doesn't move at all, not even a quarter inch. I mean, it wasn't moving. And I look underneath it, just these three light beams coming down, making indentions in the ground. Now I'm saying, wow, that is incredible technology. How can that be? Now I use the term light. It might not be light. That's the way I interpret it. I don't know what it was, but it shouldn't have been able to stand on the forest like that. And it was also this black shiny glass like to look at. So yeah, there was an energy field in there, but I don't think there's moving parts. The only movement I see was the gobbler light when I first, once the white light all dissipated down, and it was just, it slowly started, the globular lights just started fading and slowly moving and dissipated, and it was just black then. So I thought it was inert. I guess that would be the answer to what your question is. I thought it was inert and it was safe. I thought it was downed. It wasn't going to do nothing. I thought I had all the time in the world. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Yeah. There was no time. Yeah. That's cool. I'm gonna show one of the ones you and I kind of went over, and it's got the lights. But if I can bring it up, it's really dark though on the back side, so it's going to be hard to see. But we'll give it a shot here. And this is something that Jim had already. Well, how long did it take you all to figure out this? Get the look
Well, it was
you want.
before 3D printing or anything like that. It was a computer guy, a technician, my equivalent to your right hand person, Darren DeBoy. We worked 6 months, almost every weekend.
Oops.
Yeah. AI is pretty good on this one because this is a good one. Yeah, that's exactly what it
Yeah.
looked like.
Yeah.
And you know what? And it's to scale with the woods forest behind it, and even the trees are the right spacing. You know, that thing can't go up through those trees, by the way, but it did.
We put that together
Yeah, this.
February 1, 2026. In February, we were working on that.
Yeah, I think you took the recreated craft, right?
Yeah.
You loaded that in, and then the rest of it is a lot of work by you, Connie.
Well,
A lot
you
of
were wanting the lights, so we added the lights, and you wanted it had to be exactly like, it wasn't a pinpoint light, it wasn't this, it was that. You said, "This is it, this is the light."
mhm.
So you actually went up on this thing, touched it, looked up and over and under it, and then you slid around the backside with your hand sliding as you walked around. I think you said something like that.
Yeah, yeah. It was warm to touch. The air temperature was later I find out it's like 31 degrees, the air temperature. You can see your breath. And always put it in regular terms for everybody. You can see your breath. And the craft was warm. I would say it was probably 50, 55 degrees. That's a guess. But we later found out that the likelihood of it, why it was warm, was probably due to the alpha and beta radiation levels.
And
That was,
that's
yeah.
thinking like a human. Who knows, right? That's us thinking like a human, theorizing like a human.
Yeah, I'm just going by, what the readings were, and I said, and of course, Monroe Neville's, the guy that had investigated it from disaster preparedness the following morning. He spent all day out there, plus half the night, and that was his conclusion on it. One of the things that made him believe that, besides the reading from the instruments that he had, is that he also
Mhm.
took photographs, film photographs at the time. That's all we had. And he was an amateur photographer. So he took his film home, and that was all whited out, just like the ones I took through the base photo lab. They were whited out. And he says, "You know what caused that?" I said, "Well, I don't know." He says, "Probably radiation." I said, "Oh, okay." That made me feel great. I was like, yeah, that's what I need. I'm sitting out there, manhandling that damn thing,
I
and
don't be careful what you manhandle, man. Listen, I don't agree with any of that. And I'm not a scientist, so this is just my theory, okay? And I know I told you this before.
you have. Go ahead.
So they believe, I think that's just what a lot of people would say, "Oh, that's the ET man. They turned it off. They turned it off. So you had the shot, but they whited it out, or they blacked it out, or they did whatever to hide it." Okay, I've seen the ET make changes and rid of stuff. I've seen them do it. They did it in my house. I captured some footage and they zapped it. When people say like a lightning bolt comes down and zaps stuff, they totally zapped it. I was on the phone with somebody. It was a remote way of doing video, and I literally got the video of it. And I was just it was all a new thing, and I was trying to get the guy that I'm in Florida, he's in Tennessee, tell me how to run this thing, and so I can pull out the video. I was like, "Tell me how." I just can't wait, Ray. I can't wait to get that video. I got him. I caught him. I caught him. I know I got him. I got him, and I caught him. I got him on video because Jacobs was always like, "Put cameras in your house, aim them toward the bed, put them where you sleep. You got a recliner, put them that way." It was not fun when service people had to come into my apartment or my home and see cameras all through the bedroom pointed to bed. They never thought of the ET stuff, and I never thought what they were thinking. I'm like, "Oh no, they're gonna
Oh
know
my
ET. They're
god.
gonna know ET." They're over there
Yeah.
going porn, porn, porn. I'm not thinking that at all. I, I, I had no idea. Anyway, the whole thing.
I I
There
tend
was
I
a
tend
lightning bolt that came down.
I tend to believe what you're saying, but I'll tell you why. because the next day when Captain Verano went out there and Master Sergeant Gulius, and they took pictures of the actual landing. That's the landing sites that made it public. They all you'll see pictures of it
Oh, it's a
with
little museum now, huh? Okay, cool.
yeah, the indent, but those weren't whited out.
Well, here's what I think. I think
And there was
that
still active radiation there the next day. So
that
there's
makes sense. That's right. I think that's what, when you take a picture, uh, and you're inside the sphere of influence, the bubble, that's what you see. I think you take a picture and that's what you see. It's reflections of whatever they got going on in there. I think
mm,
you just took a picture of what it looks like in there. And that's what our cameras picked up, and your cameras and their cameras picked up.
we gotta
I
get
think
a question
that
on
was
this one. Someone's gonna ask a
inside.
question.
That
Someone's
was
gonna ask a
inside it,
question.
man. That was
I think
inside it.
you know what? They could very well be. I don't
No,
know. I don't
I
know.
to
I'm
me,
just
I'd bet money on it. That's just what it looks like on the inside of them. That's what I think. I don't think it's radiation or any of that. You would have been sick with that much radiation.
I would think.
But that's what happens. These scientists and these, well, I know what I'm talking about. It was radiation, and then all of a sudden it's radiation. It's like, well, then why isn't Jim all kind of messed up from all that? Anybody
Yeah.
else? Why isn't there any
Nobody
effects
else
all over the
messed up.
forest?
Nobody's messed up over it. No.
Yeah.
No, and
Oh, I think
um
that's all it is. Take some pictures, it's all white, and then when you keep taking pictures, at one point it's not white. Well, that's when they left. That's when they turned that off, and they turned that atmosphere on like another light. They know what they're
mm,
doing. They know
mm.
they're way ahead of us. We're nothing like that. Let's see here. Maybe they wanted Jim to go off subject. Let's see, leave me hanging on. They're all singing in here, having a good time. We have the best live chats in the world. It moved on me here, so let me see. Okay. Okay. From John Darwin. Jim, how did the USA Armed Forces treat you afterwards?
Great. I was treated with respect. I was promoted. I became within 2 months. I was the NCOIC of Security Police Plans and Programs. They made me that. Never done it before, but I had a top secret clearance since I was an airman. And so I wrote all defense plans for the base and for the C3 facilities, the comm squadrons, the off-base comm sites, 4 forward operating locations. Also wrote defense plans, annexes for Europe and all that. And by the way, some of them are in use today. I can't say which ones, but
So
they
did
are
they
in.
treat you well? I mean, did they
Absolutely.
treat you well? Okay.
Treat me well. They sent me out a lifeline. They sent me a colonel from the Pentagon, took over as squadron commander, called me in his office, read my statement. He told me about my statement. He read it at the Pentagon. He says, "I'm here if you ever need me." And I'll tell you what, it continued. After I left that base and I went back maybe to Germany or something like that, I still was in contact with him. He later became Chief of Security Police Europe for U.S. Forces. And every time, once in a while, he'd come down and see me at the base. And that always raised a lot of eyebrows. Why is the Chief Security Police of Europe coming down to see him? And we'd
Mm.
have dinner or lunch together, or I go up and see him. Hey, can you stop by up at Ramstein? I said, sure. What are you going to say to him anyway? You know,
Well, did you have conversations with him? I mean,
yes.
it sounds like you thought it was cool. Yeah, this is great. I don't want to
No,
talk to
no,
you.
it ain't.
But
No, it was a relief. It wasn't cool. It was a relief.
that's what
Yeah.
what? Relief and cool is kind of the same thing to me.
Is it? Oh, is it? Okay.
I mean, you're enjoying yourselves. You're having a good conversation together. You're not like, what happened? We got to talk seriously here. He was
No,
enjoying you and
yeah.
enjoyed what happened with you.
No, I'm not, it all seems like that, yeah, but I'm sure he had his orders.
Well, I got a question for you. That's all I'm trying to get to, man. This
Okay.
is tough, man. You're getting tough
His
over there on
orders
me. Oh my God.
his orders might be monitor this guy, watch him. I don't know what his orders were.
But
Who
did
knows?
you ever have a conversation with him that you couldn't tell us?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need to know. That's all we need to know. We got the answer right there. So, okay. So he is still learning from you, even if it's just for himself. Don't
The
want to.
colonel?
Okay.
The colonel?
No, I'm
No.
just, I'm just, seeing if we could
Oh,
get anything else from you. Let's see. David, thanks. Okay. So going back to the carrots, he said, because my friend's mom would always plant uh, carrots, and right when she was going to dig them up, they would take them all. They have them on their farm for a long time. One other person I know. I would think so too. I would think they would like carrots for sure. All right, let's see here. Z is in the house, by the way. Hey, Z. Now, see, Z's got his own alien family, and they are totally different from what I've gone through. Totally different. Totally different. And I hope to meet them one day. I have tried what you told me to do. Let's see. um, it's hard to see. We both got bad eyes right now. Mine had the shot in it. Yours are cataract just taken out. Snipe hunting. That always reminds me of Happy Days. Here's one, Dr. Mulder Show. Having been close to an abductee, this show has answered a lot of questions that I had and has given me solace. Thank you, Connie.
good.
That's very good. He's over there laughing his head off right now. For me reading it. It's just, I know what's going on over there. Gary Anderson also in the house, everybody. So Dr. Mulder, you guys know him. He did the wishing machine. He's a blue rocker from way back. He's got the wishing machine. It's a machine with frequencies and crystals, and you get your wish. I'm sure some of you have heard that on Coast to Coast. Gary Anderson in the house. The only other thing that Jim Daddy's going to do, only other interview is going to be for Gary Anderson. And then from then on, it's Jim and I, and we're going to start talking about his experiences, his missing time. We'll compare experiences, and we'll be talking about this kind of stuff. So the stuff y'all are getting right now is what we plan to do. But he's got one more, and it's going to be with Gary Anderson, because Gary Anderson is huge. He had me on Friday night. And you can look down.
Gary, pick a day, Gary. Gary, so when we can do this,
Well, he said like in July, and you were supposed to come back with something, and I mentioned it, and then I think, I don't know, something happened where we'll have to figure it out.
Okay.
The last one was with Paul Sinclair, and then it's going to be Gary, and then we'll do this kind of thing. I don't know what's being said over there, but I know it's going to be funny. The stooge is often victimized in a gin mill bar. So I don't know the rest of their story there, but I'm sure that's a good one. The inside of the craft could be much larger than the outside. It's called a spatial anomaly. Yep, all that stuff. Yep. Okay, Rockin' Robin. How do you know the radiation wasn't there before the craft landed? It might have been a marker that was already there.
It was at the landing site. It was right at the landing site, and it also went all the way up the trees. I don't think you read the book, though. All the way up the trees was radiation. It was there for at least 2 days, even though alpha has a short lifespan. Beta has a little bit longer, maybe 24 or 48 hours. That's all it has. I'm going by what the experts told me about radiation. I am not an expert, okay? All I know is how to react to low levels of radiation, or how to put a chemosuit on, or something like that. That's all I know how to do with it.
What?
But that is like that was a pretty big forest. I mean, that's the only place the radiation was, right there where the craft was, and took off. So the chances of it being there, They also had a team from Langley come in. They took samples. They went out and they do a target sample from the center, slowly go out. That's their way they work.
So she was asking, how do you know that there wasn't something there before? And maybe it was right over it, checking it out, like, what's that? What's going on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it the probability of that is unlikely, extremely. I mean, the whole area there. I'll tell you what we had around there. I mean, it was close to Sutenhoo, which is a burial mounds not far from there, where Vikings buried their ships. I think they did a movie on it or something. And there was like you might find traces of diesel or gasoline around there. It was a recovery base during World War II for B-17s and stuff. Some of them were short and didn't make it. They landed in the forest. There was those type of crashes, but they were not radioactive. They were, petroleum products and stuff like that, and pieces of aluminum and stuff. You'd find them occasionally in that forest. I hope I answered that.
Yeah, you don't have to keep going. If you think you're
Oh,
done,
okay.
you don't have
Okay.
to drag it
Thanks.
down. My gosh, holy
Well,
cow.
I can go. I can go
I
into all.
know.
I
I
know.
know.
That's why I have War and Peace written. That's why.
That's right.
Okay.
I call his book War and Peace because it's like 8,000 pages and it's like 2 tons. So it's a, but they still mail it and postage, the book price of $5 or 15 or whatever it is. So yeah, if you like his book, if you look in the description, you're going to see where you can get his book. You can also see where the Creepy Hotspot is, and you can also see where my website is. You go there, and that's when you can sign up for the newsletter because it'll pop up on you. And then there's also all the Creepy Hotspot stuff. So Jane, don't forget, they go to ConnieWillis.com, not Connie at ConnieWillis.com. That's the email, and I'm going to forward them all to you. Let's see. Erica asked, did you notice if you left a handprint on the craft on the smooth part?
No.
And Rockin' Robin said, thanks.
No.
No handprint.
No, none. Not even a smudge. Nope.
You didn't hear any squeaking when you like ran your hand across it?
No.
You didn't dirty it up or anything?
No.
How'd it feel?
Smooth. It felt like metal, but it was very smooth. Very smooth. Yeah, I would have noticed that. Yeah. When I say black glass, I'm just saying the appearance of that. I mean, the technology and I don't know. I have no idea. It don't leave prints. I know that. Yeah, I don't think it would. No, definitely not.
All right. I don't think there's any more questions. We did pretty
Wow.
good coming up on it there. So excellent. Good job. Anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
Great questions. I appreciate those. No,
Nice.
I do. They're good questions. I mean,
No,
I'm going to tell you what, that was a never
funny.
before asked question before. That's a never before asked question.
Which one? Which one?
About handprints, smudges. I don't know where they got that from.
Erica cleans a lot. She's always
okay.
cleaning. She would have been mad at you because you did that. She'd been like, man, I just got done cleaning. So David wants to know, I thought John Burroughs got Z-I-K. I don't know what Z-I-K is. Z-I space K.
Z-I space. Hey, I don't know what that
Anybody
means.
know? Sick. He thought John Burroughs got sick.
No, that's a hoax.
Was he saying that he got sick from the radiation?
Yeah. But yeah, it's fraud.
He since came out and said that wasn't true.
No, I got emails and stuff, what his plan was, what he was trying to do, and it wasn't. I'd be glad to show them if he wants to make a fuss about it.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow. See, we have too many embellishments. We have too many things like that that
That's
really
right.
mess it up. You all, this is the reason why Jim and I have gotten together. This is one of the reasons. A big reason is we want to tell the truth. And again, when you get the truth, it's choppy. We don't know the answer. We don't know
That's
how
right.
it connects. We don't know if how we have it choppy, if it's in the right order chronologically or not. Just don't know. And anybody that's really gone through anything, you know that that's true. Now Z, he's got a whole different set of aliens around him. We got to bring him on at one point and talk to him when we do the "What's Your Story?"
I tell you,
Right?
let me interrupt one time. For the answer to that guy, and really the answer I should give because it promotes my book. Uh, there's a
Because he wasn't
chapter.
listening to me the last things I just said. He was
Hang on.
like going
No,
into the book.
the chapter in the book called the chapter is called the Rockford Colloquium, and in that chapter, it describes the offer I got from the CIA, ex-CIA guy, and what he got and everything else, and it describes the whole situation. I really encourage you to buy the book. Uh, and that is was meetings with the former CIA guy, Kit Green, and if there's such a thing as former, I don't know. And my attorney, and we had a meeting in Rockford on this, and it describes everything in there about that.
Well, you had people write things about your book or about your experience in books that were incorrect.
Oh, I would
And
say 98. That's why I had to write books. I had to write a book. We did the introductory book, which was Encounter in the Rendlesham Forest. That was Nick Pope was the lead writer. That was to introduce to the United States, which it did. And then there was so much, and I'm only say I'll call it misinformation out there, and just tons of it. And it was none of it was true. Matter of fact, one guy put a book out with just he said it would happen. It was the cover story. He told the cover story that was going around the pubs. That's what went out. And everybody thinks that story is gospel, and that's a made up story that they put out to take focus off the first night. And it worked for a while, because they used to think it was just one night, and it wasn't. It was multiple nights over 3 days. So yeah, it's really this is why we're together on this professionally, and we're working it because I think America and the people are just tired of the BS. All the opportunists out there, and that's what I call them, opportunists. They don't have the right motives. 99% of them have never had an
seen
encounter in their life.
anything, much less an
Right.
encounter. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, no contact, nothing like that. It's all hearsay. What they heard from this person, who heard it from another person, who heard it from this person. Oh my god, and then they go around the lecture circuit, and then they just keep spouting it. Um,
And they make money,
and
and they sell books, and they sell documentaries, and they sell this, and they sell that.
that's
That's
right.
in all the worlds of them. All of the things were like, what is that? All of them. There's
Mhm.
people like that. It's terrible because it's nothing. We can't learn from it. That's why we're here doing it so that we can tell you here's what we know, and this is it. No more embellishment. We can think maybe it's this or maybe it's that, but
I mean,
that's
even
it.
during this show, you and I mean, we have quite a few dozen I don't knows, or we don't know. We just don't know the answer to that stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
reality of it. Not at least not right now. Hopefully, through especially your research with the creepy hotspots and that. Hopefully, maybe we learn just a little bit more or something, and maybe there's more communication or
That's the
something.
plan. That's why we're going back. We're going back in what 10 days now. It's 10 days?
10.
July 10th. Are you excited?
I'm always excited. I am. I am.
Oh, you're not, man. Come
That
on. I've seen you down.
I'm excited.
I've seen you down. How do you think, so you know how I react at a creepy hotspot and Donald's doing this and preparing and prepping and doing, got to get on the air and all that kind of stuff. And now we're not connected on air anymore. It's just us. and whatever else. How do you think Walter's going to handle it? This is who's going to go with us this next one.
I think he will be a diamond in the rough. I
He's
think
great,
he
man.
he's gonna do great because you know what? I like the way he walks.
Personality.
I like
Oh,
the way he thinks.
yeah.
He's and that's part of with you and I,
Just
same way.
charm.
We're up there trying to debunk stuff. And we go back to the sounds and stuff that we're talking. We say, well, it could be this, it could be that. And you're saying this and this and that. And we're going through this list of what it could be, and we're gonna, nah, it ain't that. No, next one, check. No, it ain't that. We're working our way. Walt is that kind of guy. He's gonna he's gonna go ahead and do that. I mean, I know that. I like the way he thinks. Beautiful choice for a partner
The
out there.
Three Musketeers, man.
Yeah,
It's going to be
it's
cool.
yeah. So I think it's going to be a win-win for everybody.
Well, I was going to ask you some questions, but we only do that with the people that go on the show. So when we do the history and prep, there's some things I want to add to it that, and I think you'll like it, and I think Walt will like it. Walt will know more once he goes there, because what's been happening out there probably the last 5, 6, ever since I came back from the Sierras, we've experienced this. And I've seen what it is, and I'll just talk more about it when we get there. But I have some ideas of what to communicate so we can get back. We get enough of the activity. They come to us, all that kind of stuff. Now it's like, okay, little phase 2 here. Let's ask I got a couple things. We'll talk about it then on July 10th. That's when the first one is history and prep. July 10th. So sign up for it now. You guys get involved. Yeah, it is paid. Hey, I'm getting a vehicle. I'm getting all these things, and I need help paying for it. I'm not rich. I can't. I used to do it all for nothing, and it hurt me really bad, even health wise, because I was like, oh, I can't. Where can I get something to eat, some bread? I'm going on another creepy hotspot. It costs a lot to get up there. You got to feel, protected up there. So I'm looking forward to it. And thanks, Jim, we'll see you next on the creepy hotspot. No, well, actually, Blue Rock Talk, Connie After Dark tomorrow night and the next night. So he's a Blue Rocker and a cadet. If you're not, and you'd like to join us, where we have a different kind of show, it's a paid membership, but go check it out. I think you'll like it. Blue Rock Talk and Connie After Dark following that. Blue Rock Talk, we talk about this kind of thing or then some. And then Connie After Dark, you can have a drink with me, and then who knows where the conversation will go. That's like Jim's favorite. I'm like, you don't like my signature show? No, I like when everybody's drinking. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when you get those old fashions, right?
That's right. Those are good. Yeah. Those are good.
Yeah.
So I hope you all like the 3-part series that we did. You want to say goodbye, Jim?
Yes. I tell you what, I want to thank you for being a part of this. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We're talking like the 2 girls in Saturday Night Live a long time ago. They talked about they're in the library maybe, but they were also talking about sweaty balls, and they would talk like this. They were actually slower than me. Yeah. They were hilarious, man. So hey, thank you. We'll see you later.
Okay. All the best.
Your book, your 14,000 ton book, is in the description below, so people can click on it.
Go to my website, and it's and if you're traveling,
JimPenniston.com.
JimPenniston.com. If you're going to take a trip across the United States, get the audio. I think it's 41 hours. That's a long time. That's a lot of information.
I can never rid of the guy, but he's still here. Okay.
But the thing I like to say about it, it's the only book on UFOs, only one in the world that has evidentiary endnotes for each chapter.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. He and Gary worked hard on it, and he adds constantly, and you get the additions for nothing. That's pretty good. Right. That's pretty darn good. Okay, bye, Jim Daddy.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later. You gotta slide out the door because I think they can still see you. I don't know. Anyway,
Well,
so that was Jim Penniston. You guys know him, and now you know him a little better. I'm Connie Willis of Coast to Coast AM, and we'll be back with Blue Rock Talk and Connie After Dark tomorrow night, the next night. And then we go on the creepy hotspot on the 10th up in the Rockies, 10th through the 20th. After that, I'll be on Coast. Uh, no, actually, I'm on Coast the 10th and 11th. We start the creepy hotspot on the 10th and we drive out the next day. So it's going to be a very busy weekend for me. It's going to be really crazy. So sorry, I'm like, gosh, I don't even know what day it is anymore. But this is the 3-part series of disclosure. Thanks for all the questions. We're going to keep building this. Please share it so people can know it's here, so we can build it back up. Then we'll know if you know to keep doing this or not. I think it's fun, but you gotta, it's a business for me. I mean, this is my love and joy, but I also have to pay rent because nobody's doing that for me. What's going on with that? Anyway, good night, you guys. We'll be back with it. Please subscribe and definitely share it to other people. I'd appreciate that so we can make it grow and make it work for all of us. All right. Good night, everybody.